Good morning. I hope you're having a wonderful Tuesday. Today, I wanted to come in here and just talk really quickly about being uncomfortable. So when we hear that, we automatically go, oh, I don't like being uncomfortable. And nobody does, right? That's our human nature. We don't want to be pushed outside our comfort zone. But the truth is, that is where growth happens. And so I want to reference a famous baseball player, Lou Gehrig, who played in 2,100 consecutive games. Let that sink in for a moment. That's pretty incredible. There was a game where he had every single finger broken on his body. And there was another game where he got hit in the head with a baseball. This was before the days of helmets. And the doctor said he would be out for months. And he went and he played the very next game. And his reasoning basically was, I could have sat out. But if I did, then that would have affected the way I played the next pitch. Basically, if he would have let that excuse take him over, he would have lost credibility with himself. And so the podcast I was listening to this morning, the way that Ed Mylett puts it, I love it, so perfect. He says he had an unwillingness to give into temptation. And that's where I want to go today, because in today's world, there are so many temptations, and we have to have an unwillingness to give into that. And so I'm just going to use my personal life as an example, and you can apply it to anywhere in your life. I'm sure you can relate to some of these. But when my alarm goes off at 4:25 in the morning, it's not easy for me to overcome that feeling of uncomfortable and not give in to the temptation of turning it off and just going back to sleep. That's not easy. Okay. And when I get home from my workouts, it's not comfortable for me to sit down and do my devotional and have my time with God. It's so much easier. It would be so much easier for me to just take my shower and get back in bed and lay down for an hour before my kids wake up. That's the comfortable thing to do. But the truth is, when we become uncomfortable, two things happen. We're going to grow, but also when you stack up those overcoming the uncomfortables, it starts to become more comfortable. And then you can grow into another area of uncomfortable. You're basically earning credibility with yourself, right? And so here's another area of my life that I've learned to step into the uncomfortable is when I go out to eat with family and friends, it's not always easy. It's not always comfortable to not consume what they're consuming because it's not on my health plan. But what I can tell you is when I do it once, the next time I go out with them, it makes it a little bit easier to make the right decision. And I'm just stacking it up. It becomes more comfortable to step into that and to do what I have to do to get to my goals. So I want to encourage you today, step into the uncomfortable. As uncomfortable as it is, step into it, because that's where growth happens, and that's where you become the person that you truly want to be.